Hello, my name is Chris Ekhator. Quickly, I would like to talk about the power of the mind. The power of the mind. Why is the mind so powerful? Why is it that there are nations that are developed, there are nations that are struggling, and then there are nations that are nowhere near development of any kind. But if you look at it, you'll discover that nations that have advanced in science, technology, arts, there are nations that the people in those nations are given to the use of their mind. Take Europe, for instance. There was a time that men were using horsepower, using animals to move from point A to point B. But at the point, people began to use their mind and say, hey, we can create a prototype of, machines, things that can walk like, the horses, things that can walk like the cows, and things that can move like the fishes in the ocean, and then we can create objects that can fly in the air like birds. Because when you look at it, mankind is like, they call them social animals. Social animals because they live in communities, they live socially together. So as you begin to study the birds, you study the animals that walk on the ground, and then you study animals that run on the ground, you begin to imagine, can we create machines? Can we create artificial objects that can act like living creatures? And as men began to use their mind, they began to see improvement. Just like when God created the heavens and the earth, this heaven and the earth were without form. The Bible said the earth, not the heavens. The earth was without form and void. And as God began to, day by day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, down to day 6, began to add, using his mind, began to add things to the things that he has created. There was an improvement. So the Bible said that we have the mind of Christ. It means that Christ himself used his mind in creating the heavens and the earth. So we can replicate the same thing using our mind to better our lives. I believe strongly that our mind is the strongest supernatural artificial intelligence. Naturally, the mind can do things that we know very little about, but because we are carried away, we are bothered by things that we are not supposed to engage the use of our mind, our time and energy into, we are wasting the most productive part of our mind. The mind of man is powerful. In short, the Bible said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you think you are advanced, if you think you are prosperous, if you think you are fruitful, if you think you are developed, you will be prosperous, you would be advanced, and then of course you would make progress. So success in the realm of the earth is an issue of the use of the mind. In short, an effective use of the mind. Asking yourself, what problems exist? What problem do I want to solve with my mind? Who are like-minded people that I can work with to make a success of the things? I've been recently watching, movie clips, videos before the World War, looking at how Germany, through the brutality of one individual and his few conspirators, were able to come up with machines, technologies that they were able to use in order to conquer the rest of Europe and the whole world. So you can see that the mind is extremely powerful. What places the limit on our mind most times is greed and corruption. Because our mind is corrupt and our mind is infected with self-greed, we are stuck at a point whereby we are not able to develop ourselves beyond ourselves. Man is a social animal. Man needs other men to advance. Man needs other men to make progress. So for you to make progress in this world, you must use your mind. Your mind is a powerful machine. In short, I strongly believe that the mind is a refinery. With the mind, you can refine ideas, you can process ideas, and you can make wonderful investments and good things out of the use of your mind. My name is Christos Ekhator, and I hope you have learned something from today's talk. Thank you. God bless you.